In this video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 markets for rent-to-own homes. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate, income, and credit. So if you'd like to know what the top 3 markets for rent-to-own homes currently are, make sure you watch the video to the end. Leave a comment below if you need help with anything. So we're going to be looking at 3 markets that are growing and that are the hottest and best markets for rent-to-own homes in the nation currently. So it's important to understand that with rent-to-own, when you're actually starting out the process, you want to make sure that you're in a strategic location. Now, oftentimes you may be looking for a rent-to-own home in your local area, but in some cases you may be doing this for a business or an investment like we do. So we actually do for both. As I've shared previously, I started out in real estate many years ago, over 20 years ago, and one of my first properties was rent-to-own. So I started with rent-to-own around 2002. And it's important to understand with rent-to-own that you always want to be on the side of equity appreciation. Oftentimes when you're starting out a transaction and you're negotiating between the buyer tenant and also the seller, when you actually set up the price that you're going to be purchasing the property for at a later date, the pendulum can swing either way. Meaning that when you set up your purchase price to purchase the property at a later date and you exercise your option to purchase it, the property can actually have appreciated in value or stayed the same, or in some cases, rarely, but some cases, depreciate in value. Those things do happen. When you're in a market like these 3, with equity appreciation, you stand a better chance of the property being worth much more later than when you're buying it for at the time that you actually consummate the deal. It's a 3-part contract depending on how you position yourself in the deal. So without further ado, these are the top markets for rent-to-own currently in the nation. Number 1 is Miami. So Miami is actually experiencing phenomenal equity appreciation. And according to CoreLogic data, they're up over 27.3%. And one of the big draws for Miami real estate is that it consistently has a reputation for appreciation every 5 to 10 years above the national average. So this is a great thing for either a primary resident or an investor who's actually looking to buy a second or a third home or property in that area, which greatly helps their property value and positioning. Number 2, Tampa, Florida, 29.4% equity appreciation. So Tampa ranks amongst the hottest real estate markets and the best cities to be able to invest in real estate. With limited inventory, lots of companies moving there, the Air Force Base, and all the developments is one of the hottest markets that you can actually invest in. Now, if you're actually going to be doing rent-to-own as an investment, this is an actual market that you want to look into. Although it's highly competitive with many investors looking to be in this market, you can actually immerse yourself in this market to be able to get a property that is rent-to-own. The great thing about it is that you're going to be on the side of equity appreciation, where you can actually start now and look forward to the property appreciating in value by the time you exercise your option to be able to purchase the property at a later date. And the hottest market for rent-to-own currently in the nation is Phoenix, Arizona, with a 32.5% equity appreciation. Absolutely astounding. Phoenix is actually one of the strongest and hottest real estate markets in the entire country. And that's largely due to its double-digit rent growth and also high price-to-rent ratio. So investors are actually buying in Phoenix more than any other market in the entire country. So this is actually a good market to position yourself in for rent-to-own because you're looking at really, really good appreciation when you actually exercise your option to purchase the property at a later date. And the great thing about these markets are they also give you additional options to be able to monetize the home. So you can actually use some of these rent-to-own properties for Airbnb, VRBO, short-term rentals, etc., and monetize the property. So we actually show you how to monetize your rent-to-own homes. We show you how to find the rent-to-own homes. We show you actually how to negotiate them, how to strategically place yourself in a win-win situation every single time, how to find off-market homes strategically in any market, and how to find rent-to-own homes for yourself personally, or how to actually develop a rent-to-own business where you're using it as a real estate strategy to be able to buy and acquire properties. You can acquire 1 property, 2 properties, or multiple properties on an ongoing basis. There's no limit to how many properties you can acquire using rent-to-own, and that's what we teach you in our rent-to-own masterclass. We actually show you how to actually not only find these properties, but how to position yourself so you can get multiple properties if that's what you're going to be doing. If you're going to be doing rent-to-own as a business or if you're looking to actually buy multiple properties using this strategy. It's absolutely invaluable. We also show you a glimpse into how you can actually do rent to own in different parts of the country. We also provide you with the contracts and the scripts and all the tools that you need to be able to find and get your rent to own home. So if you'd like to actually join us for our rent to own masterclass, please go to my website at AskRinde.com, click on rent to own, and get started today. We actually have the top masterclass on rent to own, where we actually take you to the entire process and give you all the tools that you need to be able to find and get your rent to own home. So if you'd actually like to join us for our rent to own masterclass, make sure you go to my website at AskRinde.com, click on rent to own, and get started today. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.